Hello everyone, it is I, Ryan, also known as thelovebat, and I'm here once again to continue playing my Let's Play in Blood Bowl 2 with my Lizardman team, the Sea of Red. Been playing in a single player league for quite a while now, and we've been continuing on, and we are playing in the Blood Bowl qualifiers still. And last time we were able to go ahead and win. Granted, it wasn't, from what I remember, it wasn't exactly the most pretty win, but a win is a win. And let's go ahead and just take a quick look at some of the scheduling and different things that have been going on here. So yeah, the Blood Bowl qualifiers are going on, and we won our last match 1-0, so we were trying to go ahead and play a more defensive game, and obviously, being that we were against a Norse team, it was, well, I'm not exactly sure, it wasn't a concede by any means, but we did win, so... And being that we were against a Norse team, it doesn't really store much information here, I guess, because it's a single player match. But we were able to go and win, and it was definitely an interesting game nonetheless, considering that, well, it was a close game for one, but we were just doing our best against a team that when we first played against the Norse team, we did not match up quite as well against them as I had hoped we would, because most the Norse teams all have block, and Lizardman team does not start off with any players that have block. But as we've leveled up a bit, we've gotten a couple of players who now have some very useful skills in tow. And we also had to make a couple of business decisions last time after the conclusion of our match. And we had to basically tell some of our Skink players that, well, you know, we love you and all. You've been valuable to the team. But sometimes team value, you got to crank that down a little bit. So we had to get rid of a couple of Skink players. And just kind of let them know that... well, we may not be able to go with a 16-player team anymore. I mean, it is very useful to have a deep bench, but since the bench would mainly be Skink players, don't know how viable it's going to be to buy more Skink. Might just go for team rerolls in the future, maybe, so that way our bashing players can make use of those fairly often. But, you know, even though we had to make some business decisions, you know, we wish them all the best, the players that we let go, and let go to try and find some greener pastures and, you know, take up a spot on someone else's team. I'm sure they'll find a job pretty soon. But, yeah, we have a couple of Skinks here that we're going to go ahead and try and level up. We have the newest member of the team, Carnage of Dawn. Hopefully he causes much carnage on the scoreboard for us against our opponents, and make sure that there's going to be lots of carnage in the ring, on the playing field, on the pitch, whatever you would want to go ahead and call it. And we're just going to go ahead and try and, you know, maybe not necessarily be more conservative, but we're going to go ahead and try and get our Sauruses more involved in trying to score. Croc Hunter, having like Mighty Blow and these various different skills, will already do a fine job of being able to bash the other teams in and hopefully get some injuries, because that's what Mighty Blow does for you. But for the most part also, we need to get these guys some star player points and get them leveled up a bit, so that way they're able to contribute more other than occupying space and allowing the Skink to run in and out everywhere. The Skink are very valuable to us. They're very good players in a vacuum, but because they have armor value 7 and they have stunty, they are more likely to go down for the count or suffer nasty injuries, whereas these guys are probably the most valuable to us. So we need to kind of prioritize getting these Sauruses the valuable skills like block, tackle. Having 2 guard players is probably enough for a while now. We could maybe get 1 more player with guard, but for now we want to focus on skills that will help us deal against opposing dodging teams that will try and dodge their way to victory in a passing game. But our next opponent is going to be what, in my opinion, is one of the strongest teams in the game, which is the Necromantic team. They're a very well balanced team, and they for the most part have good armor value, and their flesh golems are very good bashing players. 9 armor value, thick skull, and then these guys have things like guard and block, and then they also have stand firm. This guy is pro, so he can potentially get some extra rerolls with that. But yeah, these flesh golems having stand firm and thick skull and block, it's going to be a bit difficult to deal with them. And the werewolves are highly mobile, kind of blitzing types. They're also going to be a bit of a problem for us because they have claws, and they have like frenzy, they have block. This guy has +1 movement. So yeah, they're going to be a bit of a problem. I don't know why they gave the zombie +1 movement. That's not going to be too big of a deal, but lots of these zombies have block. Block is a very good skill. We don't have very many players with block, and most of their players do have it. So even though our team value is up by about 300, their players mostly having block is going to be a bit of an issue for us, like it was against the Norse team. And they have some good blitzers, and then their whites are usually good ball carriers, but this white right here, he looks to be, well, shall we say, a very bash type player. He has block and tackle, so that's going to be a bit of a problem for our Skink. And then he has Mighty Blow for the injuries. Juggernaut is going to go ahead and, yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult to deal with him. He looks like he's going to be a good blitzer. And then he has guard, and then piling on for trying to get injuries against our bashing players, I presume. They can also blitz our Skink pretty effectively. So yeah, this team is, even though we have more team value, this team is a very strong looking team. The level ups have mostly seemed to be reasonable for them, except for maybe giving the zombie +1 movement. It doesn't make that big of a difference because they're just the lineman type, where you just sit them in front and let them just soak up the shots, basically. Alright, so I think from now on we're going to try and, again, make business decisions when necessary. We still want to have 2 or 3 on the bench still, because our Skink can get KO'd out of the game pretty easily. So we want to make sure that we have a couple players on the bench, so that way if players get knocked out, then we don't have to worry too much. Now they did get a Halfling Master Chef, but on the plus side, they didn't have so much petty cash that they could go ahead and get a star player that will try and inflict a bunch of injuries on us, like is the usual. So hopefully in the middle of the field we can try and outbash them a little bit, even though their zombies do have block and we don't. On both down, we wouldn't be knocking them down anyway. It'd just prevent our players from getting knocked down. So we're going to have to go ahead and do some chain kind of blocks, where we have like the Kroxigor maybe getting a 3-die block from his 6 strength, and us having guard players in the middle. And after knocking one person down, we go ahead and knock the other ones down because they have less assists. And I think that they don't have too many players that have guard on their team, so that's kind of going to be the plan. Their werewolves are going to be able to keep up with our Skink, so that's kind of a bad matchup for us. But if we can go ahead and just position our bashing players well, then we can probably find ways to cut them off a bit. Okay, so they gain a reroll, we lose 1, but that's okay, we already have plenty. Alright, so as usual, we're going in on defense first. That's not a bad thing. I don't know why these defensive setups are set up so weirdly, because I pretty well remember using different defensive setups, I guess, but I guess these are the ones that I saved in my most recent matches, so I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and do it all myself. You have block. So I think I do want my guard players in the middle here, because it's going to be immensely helpful. Where's the guard Saurus at? Is he on the bench for some reason? He's on the bench. I don't want you on the bench. Definitely want you on defense. Strength player being on defense, probably good too. You're close to level up, you're not. Let's go and move Axel of the Lake to the bench, because he's not anywhere close to leveling up. You're pretty close to leveling up as well. Want you to stay on the field, absorb some blows for us. I think we want a 3 strength player out there. We'll go and put him, or not him, we'll go and put him in on offense, I think, to try and get him a touchdown, get him leveled up, decide if we want to keep him. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get our guard player in there. So you have block, you don't have block. Let's go and get the players without block in here. And then you will be in behind there, and you as well will be over here. Let's see, you have sidestep. You don't have sidestep, but if you get surfed, that's not a huge deal for us. At least in my opinion. I mean, if we lose him, obviously we'd like to keep him around and see if we get some decent level ups on our new player, hopefully causing Carnage, but and then we'll keep the block players on the outside to support the Skink a bit more, make it hard for them. Since they don't have a tremendous amount of guard players up front, they have one. They have only 2 guard players up front, so yeah, let's do this. Seems good. And we get an extra team reroll from our brilliant coaching. Oh, that's great. So 6 rerolls, that means that we can use a reroll on most of our turns this half. And they failed to pick up on one of the first moves. So that's 1 reroll down for them. But yeah, they have only 2 guard players, and one of them is a very valuable white that would probably be better off blitzing with. And so predictably this goes well for them, but since we have sidestep, at the very least we can sidestep in a more advantageous direction there. And they're going with the risky 1 dice blocks, but with the armor value we have and with our guard players, hopefully they won't... Yep, there we go. So yeah, having 2 guard players in there, in the future maybe 3, it will just be very difficult for them to get any good blocks with their up-front players. They need to have strength 4 or 5 to really be able to do anything with assists, so they need their own guard players to counteract that in the future. Can easily get a 2-die blitz on the ghoul there, who's a mobile player. I could potentially free someone up to go ahead and get back there. I don't know if I want to stand him up yet, because I could get a block in on their flesh golem. I can get a lot of 2-die blocks here, so I might not want to stand people up just yet. But I can attack the ball if I can go ahead and do some blitzing here, so... yeah, let's go ahead and... I can get him a bit closer if I can... If I do this... Yep, that would be a 2-die blitz, so let's just do this. I think even a push might be okay for us. Alright, well we got the POW. Let's send him that direction. And let's follow up. And then we want to move you right here on the zombie and prevent him from going anywhere. The white having to get himself back up is means he's not going to be able to move very far. Let's get a skink up on him. And then let's go ahead and do a block on the werewolf. We also had block. I think a push will be okay here. We pin him in towards the sideline. I could have freed up the skink here, but you know what? You can't win them all. Let's just stand you up. I don't want to have to worry about dodging because I'm taking up too much time as it is. And let's just get you close to the ball. It'll prevent him from dodging in and around everywhere. And then let's go ahead and get this skink up here. Oh, not there. Oh, let's just move you there. I want to save time. I want to move him up there. Let's leave the back end a bit undefended, but can we get a 3-die block anywhere? Let's do that on the zombie. Alright, so we get him knocked down. And let's follow this up so that way we have a guard player right in the middle. And we get a good old KO. He knocked that sucker out. Alright. Well, I don't care about what they're doing with him. And now we want to go ahead and make a block on their flesh golem here. And we get him knocked down. Okay, and now we want to go ahead, and I think we want to go ahead and block the white. Okay, that worked out pretty well. And let's follow this one up. And then let's get you up here for an assist. And this should be the final block. Let's go for... Well, I don't know if I want to go for the white because... Well, I guess he has block too, so... Both of them have block, so I might as well. And then let's follow it up so that way we keep a defender on him. So we have the werewolf here on the sidelines, kind of pinned down by 2 players. He doesn't really have a good block. Then we have these Lizardmen. We have like a chain of our bashing players that are tying up quite a few guys. And we have 2 guard players in on the flesh golems, so they're going to have a hard time getting a good block there. And their guard player... Oh, and they're going for 2-die against, and they do end up getting it somehow. But we still have some skink around the ball carrier, so we're doing okay. And they totally fluffed that one. Or flubbed it. Yeah, they didn't do such a good job there, getting in blocks. I mean, we knocked down a good number of their players last time, so they didn't really have many blocks that they could make. But, yeah, they are in big trouble now. They are in big, big, big... stupid, grin-worthy trouble here. Alright, so Let's just go ahead and stand him up. We're not going to need to do anything with him. Just keep the zombie occupied. Now this skink is open. Yeah, so I can make a 2-die blitz if a skink here, and I don't have to worry about the Saurus is doing it. So let's go ahead and just get you over here, cover that side. And then how far can we get you? Let's go ahead and put you over here, so that way they can't try and cut up in this direction with any of their players. Okay, so could get Carnage of Dawn, possibly a touchdown here. It really just depends. He's also close to a level up. Are there any good blocks that I can make in here? No, that's not going to work. That will work. I think that we have lots of 2-die sorts of blocks here, but nothing else. They don't have block though, so it's going to be risky block. So I'm just going to go for the blitz first. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Well, I think he has dodge, right? He doesn't? He doesn't have dodge. Alright. Amongst all those skills, he just doesn't have it. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get him on the ball right here, I think. Make it difficult for a zombie to get to him. Now, most of these players have block. Are there any players that don't? That zombie does not have block. Because, yeah, these guys, most of them have block, and I don't. So, that's a bit of a problem, trying to get in extra blocks. I mean, we do have a reroll, but I probably want to just save it for the pickup here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and save it for the pickup. And you know what? I think that I might just be better off scoring here. You know, let's just go ahead and take the points while we can. Maybe they got unfortunate with their pickup attempts and stuff. I don't think I need to chance it because their players have quite a lot of movement speed, or at least some of them do. Their werewolves and their ghoul can move pretty fast, so I think I'd rather just take the points now and not worry about it. And we got our new player some starter player points as well, so we can find out sooner rather than later if we're going to keep him around long term with his level ups. Okay, so now you're close to a level up already. I think we'll keep you around for blitzing. It worked out pretty well last time. Yeah, it's gonna be a harder match to try and farm the star player points if our bashing players, because we just in previous matches we haven't really had a chance to get them leveled up enough to where they all have block or tackle or skills like that that can really help them in matchups like this. Which I guess is kind of my fault. My skinks have really taken up quite a few of the touchdowns. But, you know, like I said, sometimes if the points are there, you just have to take the points. So alright, so looks like I'm not sure why he's going that way. I mean, I have to assume that that werewolf, yeah, that werewolf's going to be the one that's going to pick up the ball, but if he drops it, okay, well, he didn't drop it, but, like, unless their intent is to switch sides here, I don't know why they're doing all this. Oh, I think we'll just sidestep over there. Yeah, I don't know why they chose to push this player. What is it, Juggernaut? Yeah, so I'm not sure why they chose to push with Juggernaut instead of just knocking him down with Block. I have no idea why. That has to be just another AI oversight, because there's no reason for them to do that. And I don't know why there's so many players set up on this side while their ball carrier is going that direction. But we'll go ahead and just make do with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and just get some players over on this side. Now, let's see, you're too valuable, so we're just going to set you over there. None of these players have guards, so we can get a 2-die block with him. No, I guess not. We have to get in with them and do a 2-die blitz if we want to do anything. Okay, well, we can try and make something happen. Let's go ahead and get him behind in case things go south. We have some extra buffer over there. Let's make this block first, since our player, I'm not trying to do that. This Saurus has block, so this is not as risky of a block. Alright, and then let's go and get you over here. Let's take the assist off the zombie there, then maybe we can do a 2-die block with the Saurus instead. Okay, so we can do that. Since he has block, I think I'm just going to go for this right now and save my reroll for this one. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and push him. Maybe we can surf him in this direction. And then if I can get a Saurus on this side, I could surf him. So let's see what we can do here. Let's get a 2-die block. Even a push is good enough. Alright, that's wonderful. Well, I guess with stand firm, I guess we can't really get a push. Now, can we get you? Yeah, let's see if we can do this. We'll go for it. We have a reroll left if we need it. Alright, so we can push him and surf him. And we're just going to stay away from the sideline. And I don't know if we got injured or not. They have a pretty good armor value. And where does the ball go? It's going... I'm not going to try and re-roll that catch. Alright, well that's perfect. We have a skink here that is ripe for the pickup, but first we're going to go ahead and do a 3-die block. Hope this works. It does, sort of. We're going to stay next to the ball in case we flub the pickup. Okay, so I'm going to get back here. Get the guard player in here and make one last block on the Flesh Golem. Alright, so that didn't go very well, but we might as well use the reroll since we have it. Alright, good. Get him on the ground, and that'll be the end of the turn. Now this zombie, right, I mean the white, or the ghoul and the zombie over here are free. They have some free players, but we have some of our muscle in here protecting the ball carrier. So we should be okay, and with Munditeek occupying a tackle zone, at the very least they're going to have to block him out of the way to get in here. Alright, so they're going to blitz him. I don't know why. The zombie probably would have done well enough to block him, but... I mean, that zombie doesn't have block, but he probably would have done well enough to at least push him out of the way. Looks like they're getting their own blocking action in here. And they really didn't accomplish all that much, but, you know, I'm not going to complain or anything, but, you know, that's kind of surprising. Let's stand up our guard player. We're not going to probably not going to move around with him anyway, so let's get him up so we can get our other players in there. And we can potentially serve him with a push. They have no mobile players on the right side of the field. We'll go ahead and get him on this zombie. Just occupy him. He's not going to dodge away. He's forced to block him. And then we're going to go ahead and take the movement Skink. Move him up here as a alternate scoring threat. You know what? Let's just go ahead and stand him up. We just want to keep these guys occupied, prevent them from moving. Well, I mean, you have side steps, so we don't need to worry about the sideline too much, so we can move you a bit further away from all the zombies. And then let's go and take care of this guy first, because he's the closest. And even a push is enough, but when you get him knocked out of there, we're going to stay. Yeah, no wonder do we get an injury out of this. Doesn't always say no. Okay. Well, we get him off of the playing field, and so that's going to be good. Okay, so we can take out a zombie. I don't know if that's going to do too much. But it is a 3-die block. We have a reroll, or not a reroll, but Loner won't really help with a reroll, but with 3 dice, I think we can do okay with this block here. And I think we're going to follow so that way we occupy all of those guys. And Prehensile Tail. And we stunned that little zombie too. Alright, well that's wonderful news. And then I mean, we got to get some blocks in here at some point, so let's go ahead and try and do some then. Let's try and flex a bit of muscle here, see if we can get some KOs or injuries. We got the rerolls, we might as well make these blocks so that way we can try and use them. And then let's go ahead and make a block on him. Alright. And let's get him going in that direction. And let's keep him occupied. Oh, an injury! Alrighty then. Well, star player points. I'm not going to turn those down. He might regenerate or whatever, but he is getting more experienced in bashing by the day. So that's wonderful news. Oh, oh God. Game, come on. Come on, game. You gotta tell me sooner if I misclick like that. And now I leave a tackle zone all the way over there, so... And they flub the going for it, so let's see what happens here. Oh, and they get the one die. Okay, well... We have a couple of other skink up there, so... We should still be able to score here. Yeah, completely flubbing that dodge right there with the misclick. I meant to click right there, but I accidentally clicked in the adjacent spots, so that really screwed us up right there. If we're going to sidestep, I think we want to do it this direction, on their side of the field and away from the flesh golem. Yeah, if he would have been right there, that would have prevented their ghoul from just waltzing on in there like he did, so that was definitely a problem. And I mean, it was my mistake, but it was a misclick. I was trying to click right there, and I accidentally clicked right there, not realizing it in time, and I just kind of double-clicked by nature, so... It is what it is. So, you're not going to really be able to do anything, so let's just stand you up. I could dodge him out, but I don't want to do that so early in the turn. You can go ahead and blitz the zombie. Or not blitz the zombie, you can blitz the ghoul. You could also blitz the zombie there, but that's not going to help out too much. Let's just go ahead and get him on there, so that way it's unlikely that anyone's going to be able to block or blitz the skink there. And then we can go and blitz the ghoul and move him closer to the sideline with the blitz here. Alright, well, that works too. And we're not going to risk going for it, we're just going to stay there. And getting him star player points, definitely worth it. I don't think yeah, we can just kind of move away here if we pick this up. Okay. So we're just going to get as far away as possible from all of them. So now what can we do here? Do we have a 3-die block anywhere? I don't think so. We have to eliminate some assists first. Let's go ahead and just try and make a couple blocks here. With enough rerolls, I think we're going to be doing okay. We might be able to get a 3-die block here on a zombie. I think we need to get rid of one more assist to do that. So let's go ahead and try and see if we can get him knocked down. Definitely re-rolling that. And so that's going to be a neutral then. So if we're going to go to try and knock someone down, let's go for the player that doesn't have block. Okay. That seems to work out, and we're not going to follow that one. Alright, so we made a bit of a flub with the misclick there, but I think that all in all things still worked out because we had the other skinks up here as alternative threats to score. Kind of keeping a few cards in the pocket, as it were. I mean, it does frustrate me when I make misclicks like that, but, you know, sometimes I make them and it just happens. And so they already used their reroll on the dodge, so they can't really reroll that blitz, so unfortunate for them. They are getting a couple blocks on our Skink down here, but not that many. 1 KO. So yeah, we have plenty of Skink on the bench here, so if we get more KOs on Skinks, then we're doing okay. So I could just keep on blocking here and not really worry too much. You have blocks, so you can have a decent chance of knocking him down. You have block. We could potentially get a 3-die block on him. And then free up a couple of other players. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay, well. Let's see then. Yeah, I think that probably is going to be the best that we can do. We could try to take care of the zombie here. To give ourselves... Oh, sorry. To try and give ourselves a 3-die block against him, but I think 2-die is probably the best that we're going to be able to get. So we'll just do this now while we have our reroll intact. And block will be good enough, so we have that taken care of. Now, is there anything else we want to do? Let's see. You do not have sidestep, so I don't think I can keep you there. Well, I gotta try and we'll do the block player here since it's a semi-safe block. We'll try and at least get him going a little bit. Let's go and try and delay a little bit. And then we'll try and protect our players up here. And then let's go ahead and do a pass as a way to delay things here. And try and get a... We can get him 1-star player point, get him close to a level up if he were to get a touchdown. And we have a reroll here, so let's see if we can do it. And we will use it. Okay. Alright. So we got that. So now we can make a couple of last-second blocks here. Can we get any 3-die blocks? I don't think so. Let's just try and... Well, that didn't go so well, but thankfully it's not really going to hurt us all that much. As long as our Croc Hunter is in the middle of all this carnage, we should be okay. Don't know why I'm getting slowed down with my game here. It doesn't usually happen that much, so... And they do get Croc Hunter knocked down. What are you slowing down for? What's the slowdown for? For some reason, the game is kind of slowing down on me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to have to pause OBS Studio, the recording, for just a second to see what's going on here, but give me one moment and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and so I don't know. My computer was just kind of slowing down really bad there for a little bit. I don't know exactly what caused it to be that way, but for some reason it's still kind of doing it a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna keep on doing this, but hopefully we can at least complete the match, and then I can kind of figure out what I want to do with my or what I need to do with my computer afterward. But and it looks like my computer's also deciding to make a little bit of noise. I'm pressing the control key too many times, so let's go ahead and keep things going, I hope, without any more interruptions. Okay, I just want to see. There we go. Alright, now that I finally processed all that, so we had some things that happened on the last turn. Our Kroxigor got KO'd and all that kind of stuff. But we still have the ball, and because we got our Kroxigor KO, we want to score this turn. And so because of that, I don't know how many other blocks that we're reasonably going to make. You have block. And you have block. And for some reason the game is slowing down again. Okay, well I hope it doesn't do that again. I would really like it not to. But I want to score again on this turn so that way my KOs have one additional time to come back for me and get back into the game. Alright, so let's see if this will work. We have re-rolls left. Why is it slowing down again? I don't want it to do that, please. Yeah, my computer's experiencing problems in this recording, so I don't know what's going on there. It usually doesn't do this. Like, I don't know what's going on here and all of this. I might have to go and pause the recording again. I might have to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so I hope that I have things unpaused correctly right now. So yeah, I think that what my computer might be going through right now is maybe issues with the parts overheating. I checked inside the body of my computer or whatever, basically, and I think I might need to clean some dust out of there, and that might be causing some of the things in there to be overheating more than they should be. So after this match is over, I might have to do a little bit of a computer cleaning inside of there with a dry cloth or something like that, clear out some of the dust and clean it out a little bit. But also I think that part of the diagnosis is that I think I'm probably just going to have to upgrade my computer parts at some point, because this is just an old Windows 7 machine, and so at the very least I need to probably upgrade some of the parts so that way I can just afford to go ahead and handle some of the more recent sorts of PC games. So that's probably my diagnosis. And so even playing when not trying to record with OBS Studio or recording software, you know, obviously there'd still be some little bits of slowdown at the very least, just due to the fact that the hardware that I have is, well, it's not the most recent. It is a bit outdated and you know, made a bit obsolete. Now, granted, I don't exactly like the prospect of upgrading to Windows 10 or Windows 11 or anything else like that, but At the very least, I need to upgrade the parts on my computer, so that way if I want to continue, running games on this PC, then at the very least I'm going to be able to go ahead and do that hopefully effectively. So I'm going to see if I can at least complete the match. If not, then I might have to maybe give a recap of what happened during the match. I don't know, but so yeah, let's get back to this block here. Apparently it gave us a push for that block because the timer was going down on it, and I wasn't able to go ahead and pause the game in the middle of that. So yeah, I don't think that there's any other blocks that we can make now that are exactly safe. He has block. He also has block. I mean, I guess we can do this one if we really want to. Let's go ahead and stand him up before we do it, in case this goes terribly wrong. Alright, so it does not go terribly wrong. That's good. Maybe we also get an injury on here. Yes. Alright, KO'd. Well, KO'd is fine. And it's a reasonably good zombie that we KO'd there as well. And then we are going to get our new player, Carnage of Dawn, leveled up. Welcome to the lovely team, the Sea of Red. And I'm hoping that by taking off the sort of side cover of my PC, it might let a little bit more noise from the cooling fans. But I'm hoping that that might alleviate some of the, shall we say, temperature issues that maybe might be experiencing right now that might have caused all these slowdown moments ago. Alright, so we get our knocked out players back. That's very good. That is very good indeed. Especially since in the second half we're going to be having our offense, so... Let's see, you're leveled up. Don't mind you getting smacked around a little bit. I don't think anyone's going to score on this turn, so let's just go ahead and... I don't even think that we need to get our Skink in there. So let's just try and protect them a little bit. Now it's possible we might be able to get on the ball and maybe complete a pass and get star player points that way and all that, but for the most part, let's just work on protecting the Skink and make sure that they can't go around and blitz them at all. And then we're going to put our block players in the middle here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to hover over their portrait doing that. I don't mind if they blitz one of the outside Kroxigors. That's okay by me. I just want the block players in here so that way if they try and make a block on anyone, it likely has to be the middle guy that doesn't have any helpful skills. It does give them the opportunity to block me, but it also gives me the opportunity to block them on the following turn. He fumbled that, but that's not going to be too terribly important, I don't think. So he gets that the way that he wants. Don't know why they use their blitz on that instead of blitzing with a werewolf or some reason. Just more puzzling moves by the AI, but what else is new? I wish that they would just patch up the AI in this game instead of releasing a Blood Bowl 3 when this game generally, at the very least, functions fine. And it is good on design at the very least, and there's plenty of teams now. Let's get our guard player stood back up. I guess we could blitz with a block player, but no, let's not do that. Alright, so we might be able to open up a lane here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to move around this way. No, I don't want to blitz. I just want you to move over here. Up and oh, there's a guy right there. That's why I was doing that. I did not see him behind my Lizardman dude. Okay, well, now that all makes sense why I was being a bit confused there. It's kind of hard to see everybody, but alrighty then. Well, let's see if we can at least push him out of the way. That's going to be doing good enough. And let's follow that up. Now one of these guys should be able to get in here. And provide an assist. Alright, let's see if we can get the white knocked down. He does not have dodge. Lovely. And we're going to stay to give ourselves an opening to potentially blitz the werewolf. 3-die block. That seems pretty good to me. And I think there's no one standing there, so let's move him right there. And let's stay to keep that lane less clogged up. And boom goes the KO. I'm fine with that. Okay, and then what are you going to do? I have no idea. I guess you can provide an assist over here on the flesh golem. Maybe we might be able to knock him down. So let's get in here. We have plenty of assists now. We have 2 guard players. Still only a 2-die block, unfortunately, but okay, so if we get in with you, that'd be only a 1-die blitz. Alright, so now we could have a 2-die blitz here. So let's go ahead and do this then. See if we can do anything important. Might as well use the reroll here. Alright, well, it didn't do any good, but that's okay. Maybe it wasn't that important to do the reroll there, but I figured I gotta try. And then, why not? Let's get him in there. And let's try and get the flesh golem down. Alright, we got him down. Injury? Nope. Alright, and that's the end of the half. So after some technical difficulties, we were still able to go ahead and get a 2-0 lead here at the half. So I am satisfied with that, and at the very least, since I've returned to recording this, we have not experienced technical difficulties again. So I'm hoping that whatever I did ends up staying that way, and that we are able to complete the match. For what it's worth. Alright, so now it's time to go on offense. Might be a time to just start playing more Saurus players here, even on offense. The question is, who do you want to take out of the game? You're close to leveling up. You are too. Let's take Chaqkoet out of the game. You're close to leveling up. I guess Axel of the Lake we can probably take out. One movement speed player, or one bonus movement speed player is probably fine enough. I want to keep some of the players in here that have a chance of leveling up with a score. And I guess maybe we just want to go ahead and take out Mazda of Itza here. Since we are on offense, we're not going to need to blitz with them quite as much, I think. Let's get them back there. Let's get them, move them there. Let's get them there up front. And then let's get the block players on the edges for blitzing. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't exactly want to do that, but okay. I want the guard players in the middle here. And then get my block player out here on the edge. Him as emergency support. Alright, I think I'm good with this. Yeah, it takes me a bit to set up everything. Alright, so we have some fan factor, I think, going there with our cheerleaders, and we got another reroll. Alright, so that's kind of a problem that it's on the sideline, because then if I fumble the pickup, then it can go out of bounds, which is not good. The only good thing is that it's going to be hard for them to get over there. Guess we can try and bear down on their flesh golem a little bit. He does not have guard. That guy does have guard, however. Let's just go ahead and set him up back over here a bit. I might need to just leave him right there in case I fumble the pickup, then I have someone on this side of the field to react to that. That's a 3 die, so that's not too shabby. So let's get him next to the ball. Might be able to have Carnage of Dawn do something here. Let's just have them step up a bit, keep them occupied. And then let's go ahead and let's get in here against the zombie. 3-die block is usually decent enough to make sure you don't screw it up too bad. And this direction seems fine. And I think we're going to follow that up so that way we have guard players on both of the flesh golems here. Makes it a bit easier to try and get them out of the equation. And then can we get a 3-die? No, we can't. That's unfortunate. Does he have block? He does. Yeah, they all have block at this point. Okay. So let's try and get the werewolf taken care of here on this side. Alright, we'll push. At least get him out of the direction a bit. And then I think we're just going to sit back over here, prevent them from just running on through. And I want to save my re-rolls for the pickup here because I really don't want to drop it. So let's see what happens here. Oh, I know I'd have to probably do this, so let's see what happens. And we get it this time. Alright, well that's good. We do need to move them up a little bit. Let's move up this way. And then let's go and get a bit of protection over here. Their werewolf I don't think is going to be able to run all the way around. Let's see if we can at least... Well, we can't really push him, but if we knock him down, then we can free up one Saurus here to get in some protection. Let's see if we can collapse down on this flesh golem. Alright, well that didn't go very well, but at least we still have players that are lined up on him. And we still have the tackle zones there as well. Might have been better to block with him, but he is the guard player, and so I want to keep my guard players not getting knocked down, so... At least from a positioning standpoint, having him make the block on him would have been better, because then if he failed it, then we have a bit more secure tackle zones lined up still, but since he has guard, keeping two guard players next to each other just makes it difficult for them to try and get our guys knocked down there. Looks like they're going for Carnage of Dawn. They do get it because they have a block. No armor break. Alright, so they have one guy kind of close to the ball, but we have some Sauruses back here for protection. Some muscle. Okay, let's get him up. Carnage of Dawn got smacked down here by the werewolf. I'm okay just using Carnage of Dawn to occupy the werewolf. He's probably not going to be able to dodge through there. That's sure feet. Okay. And then you have block. That's interesting. And they have a zombie there, but that's not gonna... He's not very fast, necessarily, so I don't think that's really a concern. I am right-clicking. There we go. Alright, so let's just get him on the zombie. So that way the zombie just can't move down here. Well, we could get him in on the flesh golem here to get an assist. Oh no, that's not bad. I mean, it's risky because it's a skink, of course, but If they want to waste time trying to maul him around, I'm okay with that. And then I think we want to blitz their white here. We have a block player, so I'm okay doing this first. Save a reroll for the important blocks. Alright, that's good. And then I actually think that we want him going over here, because we're going to move the ball up the field. And so we want him away from the play, basically. And then let's go and get him moved over there then. And let's kind of move him over there a little bit. And then let's see if we can occupy this werewolf over here. So that wouldn't be quite 3 dice, nor would that. But maybe if we get, I don't know if we get one of these guys out of the equation that can turn into a 3 dice. I don't quite know. Let's not worry about that then, and then let's just go ahead and try and farm some star player points here. Alright, let's see if we can get a good pass here. 2 inaccurate passes. But the ball is still close by, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. It is dangerous to pass in your own territory if you're not like an elf team or another good passing team, like with a passing skill, but stunty is what makes it more difficult to pass with this team. I'm trying to get star player points, that way if I can get people leveled up quick enough, then I can know if I want to keep them around long term. Let's go and use sidestep, and let's just kind of clog up this direction a bit. And he's injured. What else is new? And I'm okay with him missing the next game. We have other Skink to slide in and take his place, so. Alright, and they get Carnage of Dawn knocked down, but we occupied a werewolf with that, so I'm okay with that. And 1 die block doesn't go so well for that. That's what happens when you try and attack a 6 strength guy. It doesn't always work out so well. So we have one of our block sources over here. That's the zombie that they have that doesn't have block, so that's interesting. Would be nice if we could get a 3-die block in there, but doubt that's going to happen. I suppose we're going to go ahead and do this. We might as well just 1, 2, 3, 4. We might as well do the blitz on the guy that does not have block. Pretty safe blitz. We have a reroll and block here, so. And we got a KO out of the deal, so that's not bad. Badly hurt injuries would obviously be better, because KOs don't help us out tremendously at this point since we have the lead, but I think we're okay standing you up. Can get a 2-die block over here with our player that has block. I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to get him on top of the ball in case we fumble this pickup here. All these guys have block and different things, so it's not going to be that great of a chance to do anything. And then I guess if we're going to throw it, we might as well do it more down the field here. We still have a Saurus back here to protect us, so I'm okay with this. Okay. And then I think if we're going to throw it, we'll throw it from this position. And it should still be a quick pass, I think. Yep. Alright. That's good. Yeah, he has the catch skill, so catching it at the very least, if we get that going, and we're in good shape. So I'm going to do this. That way, if I can follow up on this block, then I can keep the ghoul occupied. Okay, we'll do this way. And we'll follow up on that, so that way the ghoul is not going to have an easy time getting out of there. And then let's see if we can go ahead and block their werewolf. Alright, well, come out neutral there. That's totally fine. And then let's see if we can knock him down. Alright. Our bashers are putting some work in now. I just want to try and get things going here. Let's keep the white next to Croc Hunter. And then let's go ahead and get him. Well, actually, no, let's get him fairly close to the ball carrier. So that way, if they try and get over to him, then we have some help close by. Yep, him being down there is okay. That was just a safety measure in case things went terribly wrong with the pickup. Yeah, so that's something I kind of expected, but they do have to take some chances to do that, and we have some other skink over here, so. Alright, well they get us stunned. Alright, so they were able to dodge one, but not all of them. And they fumbled to pick up, so that's going to be interesting. If we can get the ghoul out of the way, then we can pick it up without having anyone of theirs next to the ball. And since he has guard, we can put him next to the ball and be pretty okay with that. I think I'm okay doing this. I have a reroll if I need to use it. Okay. But having him in that spot is ideal. So now I have an assist on both of those guys. Let's go ahead and get you. Yeah, let's just get you moved up here. Get you kind of in the action. Unfortunately, I can't really blitz with you on this turn. But I can get you closer to where things are happening. Yeah, getting the +1 strength on the Kroxigor definitely worked out because these players in the middle for them are not really doing much. Because he has guard, prehensile tail, and it's very difficult to block him. So definitely was the right decision, even though getting blocked was very tempting. +1 strength is just so good. So we can have him pick it up. And you can blitz in there. I think that's probably the best idea. It's the only real blitz that we have on him, so... I think that... let's re-roll this. We have block. And that's, I guess, gonna be good enough. And so what I want to do here is I just want to go ahead and surround the werewolf here. I think I'd rather... Does he have tackle? Let me double check just to be sure. He does have tackle, so I think I'll take my chances just doing this. Munditeek does have sidestep here, so if they get knocked around, then they can at least move where I want them to. Alright, so he does not have tackle, so let's dodge him out. And then let's get him into a scoring position over here. And then anyone else, can anyone else over here do anything? Not likely. Let's try and deal with one of our guard players here. That's kind of what the idea was about that. If we can at least get down one of their guard players, then it makes it more difficult for them to... Ooh! And an injury. Well, that's good news. And we got him strained in the good old groin area. Not sure how that affects undead, but certainly... taking one to the cojones is probably not going to feel good on undead either, so... Alright, so they're going to go block there. So yeah, we're going to keep getting bashed in here, I guess, since we moved some of our players out, but at this point that's okay, because... Croc Hunter, he's preventing them from beelining towards the ball for the most part. So as long as we just keep those running lanes occupied, then that's still going to be alright. So you can probably blitz him pretty effectively. You're basically just an assist at this point. You getting a touchdown could be good, but you're not really in scoring position right now, so let's just go ahead and stand you up for an assist. And I think that we should be able to get a 3-die block on the werewolf. Let's just go ahead and do this. Surround the werewolf. You have guard. You have block. But if I do the blitz, then if I just push him, then I can get another 3-die block. So I think I want to do the blitz first. That way, in case I just push him, then after that I can still get a 3-die block on him with a block player. So we'll do this one first. I think we'll just go with a push here. And follow it up. And then we'll do another 3-die block and hope we can do something here. Okay, well I'm okay just doing that, and then I guess we have another 3-die block that we can take with the reroll, and we get it. So that's it all works out. So all is well that ends well. Let's keep you next to the ball here, and then I suppose if I throw a pass and I level him up, and then I can get a touchdown with Carnage of Dawn. That's just a 2-die, so not really reliable. Let's save the reroll for the pickup here. It's a risky pickup because I'm next to the sideline, but I've got to try. And success. Okay, well, since I don't have a reroll here, I'm not going to try and... Well, I can try and throw a pass, I guess, but it would be risky. But you know what? We have the win in the bag. Let's try and get some star player points here. Alright. Well, that worked out better than I thought it would. Yeah, in this situation, these guys down here are just going to get bashed to hell if I just let the turns continue. So I'm just going to go ahead and score right now and take it. Right now, the position that my bashing players were in, I had a lot of my sources congregated over there on the right side of the playing field, which left the other 3 bashing players in the middle there by themselves. So if I just stalled out there, then all that would happen is that my bashing guys would just get knocked around a bit more. So I figure I'd just do it this way, and then I can reset my defense. And at the same time, I can kind of protect my skink if I really want to. I mean, yes, technically I could score again. You know, 3 turns is enough, but I don't want to have to worry about certain players getting injured. So let's take Mazda of Itza out. No, not you. Yeah, I just want to try and protect certain players here. Make sure that nothing happens to them. Fly Swatter and missing the next game isn't that bad, so does mean that we can't level him up and figure out if we want to keep him or not, but you know, it could have been worse. Could have been a different player that I care more about. Tenqulaticus can level up at the very least if we get a touchdown, so I don't mind having him in there in case we get lucky. And yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick with this, I guess. I think that this setup's actually fine. Yeah, let's just do this for the protecting skink setup here. Oh, I might want to go ahead and... I guess Tenqulaticus is already pretty well protected. Let's go and put you in there. I guess we'll put this as defensive setup 2, and yep, I want to confirm. I think that's how we want to do it. I just want my block players in there because they're going to be harder to knock down than these other guys. So probably for the better. I clicked on that. Okay. So yeah, 2 guard players and then some block players on the edges. I'm just trying to make it harder for them to knock them down. So that way it kind of lessens the chance of getting last minute injuries here. Or lessens the chances of suffering last minute injuries. So I guess I'm going to go for a werewolf to get the ball. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for him, I guess, since he can kind of blitz his way out of trouble. He has a lot of movement speed as well. 2 die against, and they just get really lucky there. I wish I could have that kind of luck. Granted, they have blocks, so it's a bit easier for them to get some of these risky blocks. If you have the block skill, then you can afford to take this a bit more often. Alright, so thankfully that they were able to get lucky once, but not twice. Stand you up. Oh, excuse me. So, let's see what we want to do here. I think we can just try and get up on the ball here. Attack, attack, attack. That's what I like to do. No chance of us losing and everything to gain if we can get another touchdown here. So, I actually think that if Carnage of Dawn were to score another touchdown, I think he would get pretty close to getting up to his 2nd level already. He would only be 4-star player points away if we get him another touchdown. So he'd be rapidly advancing up the ranks of our team. I could also try and get a Saurus a touchdown by handing the ball off to them, which honestly is not a bad idea to try and spread the wealth. You're not occupied, so you can blitz as well. That might be the best play to do it this way, because then my skink can actually all run in there through the gap. Alright, so a push is enough. Let's get him moved out of the way. We're not going to follow that up, because then we can run around him. And you know what? Let's go for it. I have a reroll if I need it for that. Let's get in with some skink that are a little more disposable. I think I'm okay with the dodge reroll here to get in here. I like dodge for a reroll more than going for it in this situation. Okay, well, that worked out. Then we have you that we can get in there without needing to dodge. You, on the other hand, we might just want to keep you back here a little bit. Some safety measures in case they try and go all the way. Let's just try and move our skink here a little bit. And let's move him through there, protect the skink. And let's do a 3-die block, why not? Okay, well, not bad, not good either. Since you have guard, we might as well follow up on it. And let's see if we can get a 2-die block here. Alright, we got it. No injury, but considering the flesh golem's armor value, kind of expected that it's going to be hard to injure them, but Knocking them down prevents them from trying to make a block on their own turn. Not a surprise, but we have dodge, so that's not going to work out for them all that well. I'm going to go this way, just so that way they can't go this direction. They're going to have to go loop around that way if they want to go anywhere. Which means that I have Sauruses waiting to blitz them, so I'm cool with that. Okay, well they have blocks, so they're going to get him down. But their white isn't going to be able to get through there, I don't think. Rare, but they are able to knock down the Kroxigor. So I think we just go ahead and stand you up. Thankfully Boneheaded hasn't done anything negative this match. Stand you up as well. So yeah, if we end up being able to score again, it's going to have to be on our last turn, I think. We could potentially push this Flesh Golem and then open up him for a blitz on the ball carrier. But it's not going to be a safe blitz, though. But it might be the only blitz that I really have. Because I can't get them through the zombie because their agility is terrible. Ideally, I'd be able to blitz with him, but the zombie being in the way kind of prevents that, so... I think we just have to kind of go for the only blitz that we have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going for it. I don't know if we can get enough assists on the Flesh Golem here to get a 3-die block, but if we can do that, then I'm going to take it, because it's probably the best we can do. Nope, we can't get over there safely, so let's do it this way. So what's this now? I don't know if I can get 3 dice. I mean, that's okay. He's in a position to at least do something here. Now is it 3 dice? That would be 3 dice. Okay, so I don't know. Let's get him in there for a 3rd dice, maybe, I guess. I really need to free him up if I want to blitz the ball carrier here, so... Okay, well, that didn't work out like I hoped it would. I thought that the one last assist would be what I needed there, but... No, let's just do this then. And that's not going to do anything because he has stand firm. Okay. So now the best blitz I can probably do is just with a skink, I guess. Alright, well, at least we get him down this time. Let's go ahead and try and get the ghoul down. Let's go and follow up on that, keep the ghoul occupied. Let's just, might as well try it. Yep, and predictably he goes down. Alright, well I'm not going to use the reroll on that. They're not going to be able to score anyway, so... This is more just about if I can go ahead and score. They don't really have any scoring threats right now. He could potentially score with 9 movement speed, but I'd be able to track him down with a couple players, so... Yeah, that was just kind of a last-ditch effort to try and blitz the ball carrier. I had to try and knock down their flesh golem here and free up for a 2-die blitz. Alright, so there's an injury. But if it's just badly hurt, then I'm not going to use the apothecary on that. I only want to save it for the debilitating injuries. That's basically my motto. Some people use it to get players back in matches early on, but I don't tend to chance it. Okay, so they don't get that one. They get a bit of a chain push going there. Kind of saves this guy from getting knocked around a bit. Let's get our guard player back up on his feet. And let's get you over in there. Keep that zombie from moving around anywhere. Okay, so I want to try and free up my block player here. But it's going to be difficult. I don't know if I can do a chain push to maybe get blocks on both of the flesh golems. Don't know if I can do that. I know that it's possible to get in with a skink as far as the blitz goes. I mean, I can definitely try to get the flesh golems out of the way, but it would be a bit difficult. Now let's try this one first. I guess since they have stand firm, pushing them is really kind of out of the question here. Alright, so we get that one. And I guess the question is now, I don't know if we can really get a blitz with anyone other than a skink. Simply due to the fact that that zombie is right there. So let's just try some blocks then, hope they kind of work out for us. Oh, another injury. There's a mighty blow coming in handy. Smacking guys around. Alright, well he's smacking foes upside the head. And now he's free, but can you get... Do you have tackle? He does have tackle. Well, okay. Let's go for it here, see if we can get an assist. Okay, so we're able to go for it. Do you have tackle? Do you have tackle? Alright, so they have tackle. Does he have tackle? He does. Let's see if we can dodge out of there. Can we dodge out of here? Alright. No, I have to declare at the start of the turn. No. Alright, well then let's just do a random blitz then that I do out of the skin of my teeth, I guess. I forgot that I have to declare the blitz before I start moving. Oh. I'm kind of leaving my skink hanging out to dry here, getting blocks in on them, because I forgot that I had to declare my blitz before starting the movement there, and I forgot to do that. Because it was a risky move, and so I thought, oh, I don't want to waste my blitz, but on the other hand, I kind of put my skinks in a vulnerable spot without being able to actually blitz them like I was hoping. So yeah, it's kind of odd. This is one of the stronger teams that I think I've faced and what should usually be a poor matchup for us, but we ended up doing well against them because they just had some poor pickup attempts and just some ill-timed misplays. So this all depends on the fact that you gotta know how to play a team a certain way and know how to play them well. Okay, well, as long as there's no more injuries, then I think that we should be plenty fine. Don't know why they're going for it at the end of the game like this. They're just risking injury to him. But that was, all things considered, even with all the technical difficulties we were having with our PC, or with my PC, I guess. We were able to go ahead and get ourselves a pretty good victory there, even though part of it was on the back of my opponent making misplays. It still was a good game. I don't know why the result is showing up blank there. And finally, we have a Saurus getting our MVP award. Well, that's actually kind of nice. We really need that. Star player points, thankfully we got a pretty good spread. We got a pretty good spread of star player points here. Carnage of Dawn, the newest player to the team, was able to get in there for all of our touchdowns, the glorious, glorious touchdowns. And he was laying the Carnage down, touching the ball down, getting down, you know. That's a terrible, terrible dad jokes. But yeah, we were finally able to get some bashing in like I've been hoping to do. We weren't able to take the chances to get our Sauruses some touchdown action, trying to hand the ball off to them. Mainly because playing against a block-heavy team, you know, you kind of chance a bit more when it comes to trying to hold them off, so that way you can take chances to hand the ball off to lower agility players. But getting the MVP on one of our bashers, certainly a great thing to have. So we have a couple of level ups to do now. So let's go ahead and do that. We're not going to be buying any new players. And I guess we didn't end up rolling for winnings for that match, but okay. So we have quite a few level ups to do here. Let's go ahead and do Munditeek first and see what he gets. So for your second level up, hopefully it's something good, otherwise we may have to consider giving you the boots. So I don't want to give you the boots, but I might have to. So let's see. Ooh! Now this is very interesting. This is very interesting. So plus movement speed would obviously be great. But at this point in time, we have to kind of get some more general skills on some of our on some of our skinks here. So if we want to try and have a passing game, we pretty much have to take a passing skill on one of our skinks. So accurate would be better if we don't mind using team rerolls on passing, because pass is basically just like a built-in reroll for you, whereas this just adds a flat +1 to your passing roll. Dump off could be interesting. Oh, that's only interesting if you're in the midst of other players, I guess. Same with Nerves of Steel. Nerves of Steel would be good for catchers on our team, because it's one of the few passing skills that you want to get when you have someone that's good at catching the ball with agility skills. Nerves of Steel allows you to ignore the enemy tackle zones for catching the ball. So if you're surrounded and someone's able to pass the ball onto you effectively, then Nerves of Steel prevents all the opposing players from making it difficult to catch the ball. It's kind of like a player in professional football, or even if he's like well covered and the players are all over him, he's still able to go ahead and just kind of maintain his composure and still get in there and catch the ball and overcome the defense. Let's see what else we roll here, because before we do his level up, let's see what we roll for Carnage of Dawn's level up, because if Carnage of Dawn rolls for a if he rolls doubles and we can get him a passing skill, we might turn him into our passer instead of getting him sidestep. So let's see what he does. Alright, so he only got a 9, but that's okay. So yeah, we're pretty much going to go with sidestep. That's just the basic all-around good skill for our skinks. Allows them to advantageously kind of go where you want them to when they get pushed around inevitably by blitzers and things like that. So definitely want to do sidestep. Pretty much isn't even a question. If I had gotten a 10 there, I probably would have taken the movement speed boost, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't rolling something on him that could give him a passing skill instead. So and let's see what you roll. Alright, so that's still not bad. That means that we can still get block or tackle on him. Mighty Blow would also be good, but I think that you just need more block. So regardless of what we get on our skink, I think we're just going to take block here. Block is something that we just need on more of our Saurus players. Okay, so now we have a decent amount of block, a little bit of guard, some pretty good strength here. And Munditeek, well, we could definitely get you movement speed. I think that if we want to make passing a reality on our team full of stunty players, it's pretty much a requirement that we have someone get the passing skill. So let's get you the pass skill. I know that it's not exactly wise to turn anyone on a team like this into a passing player, just because it's difficult to consistently roll doubles on level ups to get you additional passing skills. Like getting accurate would obviously be great, and then getting sure hands would be great as well for picking up the ball. If we have enough team rerolls, we can save team rerolls for picking up the ball, and less so for passing. I mean, sure hands would obviously be great for a passing player, because then you have them pick up the ball all the time on offense, and then you can have them pass the ball later with a team reroll. But accurate could also have viability here if I want to pass the ball, because then you can just stick team rerolls to things like picking up the ball and doing pass here. But I think that just the free reroll of pass is probably still worth it. 50-50 chance to complete a pass, and then if you fail that, you get a free reroll for another 50-50 pass. So yeah, this is just, if we want to pass the ball, I think we have to get at least one person some passing skills going. And I mean, if we're going to go ahead and level up a Skink and get some kind of passing going, better to start doing it now that we know which player has it. Having sidestep also helps out a throwing player, since if he gets pushed around, then we can sidestep him to a spot where he's maybe not going to be as vulnerable, or to where he can maybe dodge out of a tackle zone, then pass the ball. So there's always that. Again, it would have been ideal if Carnage of Dawn got the passing skill instead, but because then we could build him primarily around that. Yep, I think that's all I need to do here. I'm not going to buy another player. I don't have enough money to get another team reroll. I could consider just cutting Swatter, since I don't know if Sure Feet's all that necessary anymore, now that we have many other Skink that have abilities that are arguably just better. I mean, we'll give him one more try to level up here and see if he gets something interesting, but alright, so that was a pretty successful episode and a pretty successful game. We overcame technical issues and technical difficulties, and we overcame what was, in my opinion, a pretty good team that just had some poor luck and some bad decisions that they kind of made at the inopportune times that allowed us to get a couple of quick scores in the first half and then kind of coast our way in the second half and play it safe as far as making sure that players weren't getting knocked around too much for most of the match until the very end there, where I kind of forgot to declare the blitz action. But next time we'll be going up against the Kislev Circus, which is more of a sort of leaping type team. They leap around with the leap skill, I think is what some of them have. Yeah, they have leap and very long legs, so what they'll try and do, from my understanding, is they'll try and just jump over players and tackle zones and various things like that, get into a good position, and then they'll just go ahead they'll go ahead and get into positions where they can go and blitz you, they can attack the ball carrier, they can get their ball carrier and have them leap over people, then dodge out of the tackle zones. So they can try and bypass some of your players by just leaping over them, and then very long legs helps them to try and nail the landing, essentially. So that's kind of what their primary build is around. Their players aren't the greatest. They have some decent armor value on a number of their players, but they don't have very high strength. Their agility isn't particularly impressive unless it's the catchers, who can admittedly do a pretty good job of catching the ball and getting in some scores there. But they don't really have any good throwing type players, at least not on this team. Yeah, I don't think I see anyone with passing type skills. I see them with like catching skills and many kinds of blitzing type skills. Looks like he's going to be a strong player to deal with as a blitzer. Having well, I thought that he would have block, but he doesn't. That's actually kind of interesting that he does not have that. I don't know, maybe, like, he has access to the general skills, so he has access to block, so I don't know why he wouldn't have taken it. In fact, any blitzer worth their salt should probably take block at some point, but that's neither here nor there. We'll deal with that next time. So I thank everyone for watching this next match that I've had of Blood Bowl. Hope that the technical difficulties did not detract from the match at all and the pacing of it and the general viewing experience. I'm hoping that it won't be an issue next time after I've kind of cleaned out the dust for my PC. So I'll see you all next time, and I hope that you all have a very wonderful weekend. And as always, take care.